Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York. We're waiting on Jake, who I know is on the road. So he'll be calling in. We won't get the privilege of seeing Jake, but we should hear him, hopefully.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I am faceless today because I'm driving on the road.
You know something? The regulars all know what you look like.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But they don't know what color shirt you're wearing. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's blue.
Blue.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so
Yeah, see?
that clarifies everything.
Yeah, it's not green. It's not red. It's just blue.
Now, Linda is very upset because even though Spike and I were saying bye, bye, bye on MISO, nothing to lose, everything to gain, that kind of thing. And the problem was they didn't allow trading the whole next day. And then today that was on Wednesday, Thursday, they stopped trading. So until the advisory committee decided. So people who listen to our show, the only way they could have bought it is in the after hours. So, I mean, there still was an opportunity. We got done. We started at 5, so we got done at 6. There was an opportunity to buy that way. Shalom, magnificent answer.
Great call.
Are you driving now?
Driving on the road.
Confucius didn't bash. What did he bash? I don't remember him bashing. Oh, BCRX. I got you. Yeah. Who bashed BCRX? Confucius and MA are having a private conversation. I keep getting in the middle. They're each accusing each other of being a basher. I should recommend Kodak. It's a clear winner. You know, I didn't even know it was still a company. Did you know it was? I barely knew they existed, Eastman Kodak. It's so weird, right? Oh, Jake, I lost Jake again. Yeah, Kramer. Oh, Kramer was doing the bashing on BCRX. That's right. He was bashing it. I remember. Yeah, Jake, I got to add you back, or oh, you're there. I just don't hear you. I don't know why. All right, anyway. So why did Kramer bash BCRX, do you suppose? He's probably long Regeneron and long AZN and long Eli Lilly. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Kramer's bashing all of our favorites. He's bashing Sorrento, but so is Jake. And I'm not in it anymore either. So there was a lawsuit, I hear, against the company because of false claims. And then Sorrento filed a lawsuit against the shorters for false claims. Some kind of lawsuit. Greg is on. Oh, Greg, we miss you. You don't often come on. I guess you went for your run earlier in the park today, right, Greg? Tim from Tennessee. If Tim is on, his brother can't be far away. And Greg did go, he got his run in already. That's why he joined us. I'm glad to have you, Greg. You got Tesla and Apple going for you. Wonderful. Two stocks that are splitting. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
Very nice. Congratulations on those. Okay, so Clarence said, Greg, apparently they're renewing their acquaintances. Dr. J and Jake and Spike, we're known, but nobody's known as much as Greg. Everyone knows Greg. Right, Greg? You're the mayor of Stocktwits. I call him the mayor of Stocktwits. And Caleb St. Louis is on. He likes BCRX CFO, big buy. Oh, the reason the CFO made a big buy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was
huge
it?
buy. $250,000.
$250,000, yeah. Now, Jigglypuff.
Yeah, and that's very significant.
I spent 3 hours today. I spent 3 hours of my life today trying to get Jigglypuff back from being blocked. I accidentally blocked him. And I cannot figure out how to do it for the life of me. I looked it up on Google, so I went to my managed Google accounts, and then it gives the list of all the blocked people. He's not on the list. So, and then I figured out it must be StreamYard that blocked him. So I contacted StreamYard support, and they told me I got to find him in an old video, and then click on it, and I could unblock him, but so far I haven't been successful. So Jigglypuff, I don't know what to do. Send me an email and we'll work on it. I'll work on getting around it somehow. Jiggly, maybe come on with another name. I don't know. Tim, you're not the only one. Now, I promised everybody I was going to buy it back when it hit like the low 120s. Well, I had an order in at 126, which got filled. I had a bigger order in at 121, which did not get filled. So I bought some back, and then I added again in the 130s, but I'm far, far away from my original position still. So I have no regrets that I sold half at this point. I don't know if I should even buy it all back. I'd probably buy some more of it back, but not all of it. Magnificent Dancer knows how to get them back. Okay, do that. So I'll give you my email. You can send it to redibit. Redibit. I followed all the instructions, I believe, correctly. So I don't know how you're going to tell me how to do it differently. But if you think you know, fine, send it to me. redibit@gmail.com. So are you in the car now, Jake? Or?
Yeah, I'm having some connection issues. If I'm quiet, that's the reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I am in the car.
All right, so there's my email. Anybody can send me an email, or I'd be glad to answer it. And if it's informative, that's even better. Kamal is saying hi to Greg. Greg is the mayor. Everybody knows Greg. Request for Tesla. Sure. We'll do Tesla tonight. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I want to buy a Tesla, not the stock, the car. I'm waiting.
Yeah, car is great.
I'm waiting for CVM to buy my Tesla.
Yeah, did you guys already discuss CVM on a Wednesday about the Reddit shenanigan?
Yeah, we discussed it to death, Spike and I.
Oh, okay.
But basically, my feeling is unchanged, even money. You're getting 5-1 at least for what should be an even money shot.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
I'm still in it. I still have a
Yeah.
very significant position in it, even though I cut it in half.
You have no idea how to feel about that one. But you
I
guys
have,
already discussed it.
what is half of infinity? It's still infinity, right? You know that much math, correct?
Yeah, still infinity.
Half of infinity
Right.
is still infinity. So half of my original position is still pretty significant. Cabinet guy, hello from the Green Mountain States. Robert loves his Model 3 Tesla. I want to buy the model, what do you call it? The Model S or the SUV, one or the other.
Yeah, Model X. Yeah,
Model X, that one.
it's a great car. Fantastic car.
You have it as well?
No, I'm probably I'm thinking about getting the 3. I don't need the X.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want the X or the SUV. I like big cars. I mean, still driving a Buick. I'm driving a Buick, what do you call it? LaCrosse. So that the last year that they sold them.
Yeah, that's a reasonable car, you know.
Very, very nice car.
Yeah.
And my other car that I zip around in is the souped up Acura, what do they call it? TLX. I got the big engine. I don't know why. I have memories of when I was 18. That's why I got the big engine.
Okay.
But I don't take it out and do 110 like I did when I was 18.
Yeah.
Because when I was 18, my reflexes were a lot better.
I can see you being a little speed devil when you're younger.
Yeah, I used to zip around in a Mach 3, the Mustang.
Wow.
Well, the advantage of the Tesla stock is it can split 1 to 5, and the car can't unless you get a hacksaw. I guess it can't. So the stock is better because you can get 5 of them instead of 1. And when is the split official? When they announced it, I know, and it went up 180 points on the announcement, right?
Yeah, I don't know the date, but a lot of my buddies own Tesla, so
yeah,
they were going pretty wild over the split. Fundamentally, nothing changed, but splits are always good.
Confucia would rather get a new Bronco over a Tesla at the moment. Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. Now, Kamal wants us to look at Co-Diagnostics, not Codex. There's another company called Codexis with the different symbols. But the one we're talking about is CODX, and I'll be happy to look at that. So I'm going to get into the charting. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time.
Yeah, chart.
All right.
Yeah, plop LJ on there too. LJPC.
LJPC popped today, right?
Yeah, it's Tank bought some.
All right, so we'll try
Insider
to sneak in
buys.
LJ. Somebody in the last video you did asked about LJPC. I said I would defer to you on that one.
Yeah, I'm back in since this Monday.
Uh-huh. I'm in with a few, just a little bit.
Yeah.
That
It's time again.
I never got out of all of it, so I have a little.
It's time for another run.
Yeah. How do I get Kamal? I got to get Kamal off, otherwise it will be on the screen forever. All right, so we want to look at the SPX also, right? I think.
Yeah. Some macro.
It should have made new highs by now. I'm getting a little worried.
Wait, why should it make new high?
Because it's so damn close, it's like a magnet pulling at it. If it doesn't make new highs within the next week, expect a sell-off.
Yeah,
Of a
every time we
significant.
predict a sell-off, never worked out for this one.
Well, if it doesn't, if it makes new highs, great. But if it fails within 3-4 more trading days, I'd be looking for a little pullback. I mean, what is this nonsense going sideways for it's nonsense. It should have made a new all-time high. I'm going to look at the weekly. Look how close. Let's see. What's this? What's the high here? 33.93 and change. And what did we get up to this week? It got up to 33.87. That's only 6 points. It should have gone past. To me, when it's supposed to go blow its top and it doesn't, it usually goes down instead of up. So I wouldn't be shocked if we sell off to the 32.50 level. Not a big sell-off, like 100 points away. So that wouldn't surprise me. Actually, very little surprises me on the stock market. It's so unpredictable. So why should I be surprised? I try to make predictions based on patterns, based on fundamentals, based on little logic, but it's really difficult to even predict minute by minute movements, let alone daily or weekly movements. Not easy. So my prediction here is a new high by Wednesday. And if we don't get it, we're looking at 32.50 or so. I think that's a very reasonable prediction. Let's take a look at that. By the way, as always, my opinions are strictly my own, as are Jake's, and do not constitute investment advice. Seek an investment advisor or your wife or your dog before acting on any of our ideas. I mean, this program, like Kramer says, is for entertainment purposes only. And without Jigglypuff, it's not nearly as entertaining. I got to figure out how to get him back. All right, so as of now, what have we got? We've got a near miss on a new high, and if it backs away from this, then we have a double top. I don't like double tops. I really would be uncomfortable if it backs off here. I want to see it within the next 3 days make a new high. Really, I want to see it on Monday make a new high, but I'll settle for Tuesday. So Dr. J is getting a little nervous about the S&P and the market rolling over a little bit. Rolling over. I mean, it could roll over further, of course, and then 32.50. I don't think it rolls over too far, but it could go down to the 50, let's say, like 3,055, something like that, 3,100 maybe. So I wouldn't be shocked. Jake, you still there? You lost Jake again? All right. Take this off, and we'll put up, what was that request? Tesla. TSLA. Ken, are you in Tesla? I guess you must be. Now, Spike has a whole algorithm figured out with these splits. and they pop immediately, and then people somehow realize that it shouldn't have popped on what? Not on nothing, because nothing new. It's the same stock, same company, same earnings. So it popped on nothing. So it must have popped on nothing over here to a high of 1794. No, it popped earlier, later. And the split news must have been, was it this week? Must have been. So it closed near the high of the week, 1668. This is the weekly chart. So it closed near the high of the week. And do I think it'll make new highs? Actually, I don't. I think you'll get your split, whatever it is, 4-1, 5-1, I don't even know. Probably 5-1. So you'll get your 5-1 split and then struggle to go forward. So what I found happens is you get your little pop on the announcement in the next few days, and then when it actually splits, you get a lot of resistance at that level. Might back off, and an opportunity to get in cheaper. So I would say after the split, what's going to be 5-1, so it's 350. I think so. So if it's 350 after the split, I would say you could shave 10 to 15% off of that. Like look for 315 for an entry point, or maybe 300 if you want to go long. And then you ride 300 into 1,000, because that's probably where it's going. It's a phenomenal stock. The South Koreans are going big with EV. That's what I hear with Hyundai. But I don't see anybody being serious competition yet to Tesla. BMW maybe, I don't know. For now, they're the dominant player in the EV market. And EV is hot and will only get hotter. So you gotta like Tesla, you gotta like crazy Elon the Maniac CEO, you gotta like him. All right, so let's go on. I think I have another screen. What about Jake? Maybe he's hanging loose, so let me take a look. No, I don't see Jake. Jake is gone. Eyes on the money, 18. Happy Friday, Dr. J and Jake. And Greg says 5-for-1 split. Cost basis stays the same, says Clarence. Yeah, I mean, Spike was really contemplating his navel over the split phenomenon. He wants to develop an algorithm that we can follow and make money on after the split is announced. I don't think there's any one pattern, but what I've witnessed a lot is after the split is actually finalized and it starts trading at the reduced level, instead of going up, it goes down. Or it might go up first and then retrace. So there's no set pattern. Eyes on the money wants UAVS. And why not UAVS? I don't know from this company. I don't know what it is. It's an aerial system. Whatever it is. By the way, welcome to all those who are tuning in, not live, but on replay. You're also part of the family. MICKEYMOUSC, part of the family, right? Something like that. All right, come on, AG Eagle Aerial, load already. It was up 2 pennies today to 323. Ew. It's one of those who was trading at $0, $1, and popped. Where did it pop? When did it pop and why did it pop? I don't know if I care. But it popped on huge volume relative to the previous volume. What was the high? The high is $5 on news, obviously. Came back down to another relative high at 392 and is now looking to challenge that. So, I mean, it's a limited amount. I'm going to disregard that when it was trading at 1 because the action is more recent. So I would probably need to look at the, let's say the 4-hour or the hour chart, but you can get a pretty good idea of a trend line. We have a classic consolidation pattern. We have a trend line going down from the highs right through the other high, right through today's high of the day. So we do have a nice trend line set up. And it looks like the 100-day or the 50-day, they're together, will act kind of as the bottom of this consolidation pattern. So it could consolidate all the way back to under $1, conceivably, or maybe this high right here, $1.94. I would be a little nervous about going into this because I'm not sure that it's done consolidating. If it breaks out of this triangle, then I'd be happier. What happened? Who moved the triangle? I don't know. I'm in the weekly. Let me get out of the weekly anyway. I want to go into the daily. Be much easier to see. Much easier to see. Get a different picture. Totally. Not that the other picture is uninteresting, though. Let's get rid of this line and draw a new line. Well, if I want more hits, I'm down here. So now I've got 3 hits on the trend line down. And it looks like it's trying to break out of that downward trend line, but is struggling. Definitely struggling. Let's take a look at the horizontal line that we can draw to finish this consolidation pattern. Okay, so there you have your triangle. It could go on for a while if it doesn't break out of it. And it could take you all the way back to 250. So you might want to just let the chart speak for itself on this one. Wait until it makes a clear break of this downward trend line before you buy it. That's safer than buying it, I think. So, because it could conceivably come all the way back to this 250 level. And of course, if it does, and you still like the fundamentals, it's a great buy. And look how long before this intersection, early September, another month. It could dilly-dally doing this back and forth for another month. Okay, so I have no idea about the fundamentals. Maybe I'll look it up after the show. Let's look at some of our traditional stocks, BCRX ATHX and CVM and all of those good ones. Oh, Miso, congratulations to Dr. J and Spike. I didn't have enough shares, but I had enough shares to put a little smile on my face while most of my other biotech plays were red. So this was significantly green. It was even higher on the day, but gave back some. It was as high as 1960. I think the news is going to take this into the 20s prior to the FDA decision. I don't know what the date is on that. But, you know, it's one of those things, buy the rumor, sell the news. So it's quite likely after the approval comes that you get a little pullback. Unfortunately, that's the way the game is played in biotech land. So you hold it till the day before the FDA decision and get out, because probably on a win you lose, and on a bad, if it goes against you, you get killed. So the way to play this is probably to sell it the day before the FDA decision. I think we'll get more to the upside. I think also, I've been saying this all along, I believe Miso will be the winner of the odds race and will report first. Athesis already, I think they're talking 6 months before they give an interim analysis. I think Miso, much shorter, maybe, what were they talking, a month or two? I don't remember, but shorter, much shorter. So also Miso managed to get into Mount Sinai, right? And then they managed to get into Cleveland Clinic. So they've got the best hospitals in the country that they're testing their whatever their thing is called, whatever it is, their stem cell product. And I think it'll give some excellent interim results. So I think you get a lot of chances to go in and out of this thing if you're a trader. If you just want to hold it, it's not a bad idea either. So you don't want the aggravation of trading it. Just hold it, because I think they will get the odds approval. More than likely. I think they will get the host versus graft approval, more than likely. But of course, now the surprise could be the other way, where everyone's expecting, because the advisory committee said thumbs up, that they are going to get the FDA approval. Not necessarily. Still, the FDA is not the advisory committee. They're different entities. So who knows? But I'm happy today, at least. At least Miso made me happy today. Okay. What else should we do? Lake? Let me come back and take a look at you guys. See what you want, rather than me dictate it. What do you guys want? You gave me the directions, so I get Jigglypuff back? Oh, that's great. That's great. APT and Lake. Okay, I'll do that. Linda wants APT and Lake. Sounds good to me. And Co-Diagnostics we should do also, I think. Let's look at those three, then I'll come back. And ATHX also. So, Lake. I'm very long Lake. I've been buying it every day, but I did not buy it today. I did not make any trades today. I had a cleansing today. I wanted to purify my blood, so I stayed away from the mouse on my computer all day. I did not make a trade today. I did watch the market a little bit, but I didn't trade. Okay, I was tempted to buy this one, however, when it was lower, because I think the 1875 will more than likely hold. I'd say 75% chance it holds. So you're looking at 25.25 that it collapses to the $15 level. I don't see it, but you know, it's possible. Come on, load. I had it loaded. Why is it reloading? I don't know why Yahoo does this to me. It's loaded and then it goes away, comes back. Yahoo does whatever it wants. There we go. It's coming back, I think. There we go. Okay. So as I said, we're looking at strong support at 1850. So that's, granted, that's still, what is it, 8%, 7% drop? I mean, it's not nothing, but I like the fact that there's very strong support at 1850. If it collapses past that, I think the 15s are likely for the next support level. But I don't see it collapsing. That's why I wanted to buy more today. I wanted to buy it pretty near the low of the day. And I just didn't because one of my brokerage accounts, you need a safe pass to buy it. And I didn't want to buy it from my other account. So I just laid off. I said, all right, the fates. Of course, it'll zoom as a result of that. Lakeland. Lakeland at 1850 is a buy. I mean, is support. Lakeland, where it is now, is a buy. I've been buying it all the way down. So I obviously think that. I now have more shares than I had when I started selling it at around, I sold very near the top. I had some good timing there. Sold in the 27s, I think. But I didn't sell that much, you know, that's the problem. I wasn't so smart, like, you know, just get rid of all of it and come back in. But enough to buffer, to give me some, to buffer the drop down. So I'm okay. And I'm pretty strong and long on Lake. September 7th or 9th is the, I don't remember, is the earnings. I think it's the 9th. And unlike APT, I don't see this one disappointing. So I think it's a definite run up to earnings. I think the market will recognize good earnings before they happen. And hopefully it goes back to 27 before the earnings report. Then you could sell, then I might sell half and not gamble all the way. Because remember, sometimes good news is bad news, sometimes bad news is good news, whatever. So that's Lake, APT. Lake is still my top COVID-19 play. I think you can get you can probably get 50% maybe, or at least 30% move on Lake. Between 30 and 50%. APT. Of course, with MISO, I got 50% in one day, but that doesn't happen too often, does it? I did not sell any miso today, just for the record. I wish I had bought more, but I too had the same problem everyone else did. I didn't buy in the after hours, and I couldn't buy the next day. So I got what I got. I'm not going to get upset. The profit is a profit. Loading. Did Jake come back? Hey, Jake, what happened to you, man? I want to have to see if Jake came. No, Jake. We lost Jake. Eyes on T-Money likes Adna. And Snaid says LJPC is making a good run. Okay, we'll try to do both of them. Try to do both of them. Sounds by Ramley says awesome chart on miso. Yeah, miso is looking good. Looking good. And Snaid, LJPC. All right, we'll do that one. And what was the other split stock? Was there another one? Apple? Anybody think that one? Apple? I don't know if you should buy it. But you heard of that one, right? Raise your hand if you heard of Apple. I know Macintosh. I don't know about Apple. That Magnificent Dance is funny. Look at this. Look what he has to say. He says, I blocked Jake also. I don't think I did. I hope not. That would be terrible. It's bad enough I blocked Ghibli. All right, and Sean said AMD and Amazon. Wow, I got a lot of requests. All right, I got to get to work. All right. HOME is still going up, says David. All right. Too many stocks now. I'll do the best I can. All right, so APT, I loved it on Wednesday down here at a low of 1622. I still love it at 17. So I tweeted out, this is not a falling knife. I see excellent support at the 100. I see excellent support a little below that as well. So I'm not scared of this being a case of a falling knife. I think we probably put in the bottom already. So this one has come down too much. We're in oversold territory, I believe. Let's take a look at the RSI. We're at not quite oversold, but we're way off the overbought that we were at not too long ago. So I think to me, you could buy APT all you want at these levels. To me, that's how it looks to me. And I think they'll piggyback on Lake's earnings, which I think will be blowout earnings. This is the story that I'm telling myself, that APT will make just as big a move, if not bigger than Lake, on Lake's earnings. Okay, the next one was, I forgot, LJPC. Athesis. How could I forget? And Codex. I got it right up on my screen. How could I forget? Okay, so Athesis making a comeback, put in a bottom at 226. Dr. J picked it up at 226. I don't know, maybe it hit 225. I don't know. So I had a very good buy there, and then I bought it again in the 230s. Will I buy some more? Probably. I want to see it go over the 9-day before I buy more. So if it goes over the 9-day average, I'll buy some more. But will be stopping. I will not buy back all the shares that I sold. I decided too much. Too much for Dr. J. I had too much to begin with. I felt better when I sold half. And I don't think I'm putting back the whole half that I sold. I don't think that much is going to happen till the late fall, early winter, maybe late winter. So no rush to buy this one if you want to get in my mind. In fact, you could have a lot more volatility. It could even go down to the $1.97 level, $2 level. So, buy it at your own risk. It's a phenomenal stock in terms of potential, but right now it looks a little iffy. Based on the last earnings report, Gil Van Bachlen was less than inspiring, unfortunately. On the other hand, if you look at CVM, you have a very hyped CEO in Gerd Kirsten. Gerd is on amphetamines. No, he isn't. I'm kidding. But he's really hyped. He's really, really hyped. And I guess you want to see that in the CEO. I believe he believes. He said, we believe, and I believe that he believes. I believe the story that he's telling, that he's weaving. He's totally brainwashed and convinced himself 100% it's going to be great. Now, he could be right, but he could also be wrong. CEOs are sometimes wrong. They are not God. So the answer is, you feel like going to the roulette table. That's one thing, but this is a little better because you're going to get good odds. If the results are really good, you're going to get probably 5 to 1, 10 to 1. And all you could lose is all your money. That's all you could lose. You can't lose more than that. Unless you're short the stock, then you could lose more. So he managed to pump it up single-handed to about $13. Came back a little, came up in after hours. So what do I think? I think I personally have enough. I also sold about 50% of my CVM, but I still have a ton of it, as I said to Jake. Half of Infinity is still Infinity. But in addition to selling half of my CVM shares, I also bought some insurance. Not enough to cover me, but I bought some puts. Now, the problem is we don't know how long the data lock is going to take, how long the analysis is going to take. So I might miss on my September date. I might miss on my October date. I don't expect to miss on my January calls, but I'm gambling a little on the September and October. And I have shares besides. Shares never go bad, I'm told. As Yogi says, cash is like, money is like cash, right? That's something like that. I don't know what Yogi says. Well, we need Socio Cobb. We need Heath Cobb. He knows that quote. And Heath Cobb asked me to do RADA. So we're going to do RADA. So what do I think of ATHX? If someone else wanting to get in, yeah, why not? You get in now and I'm tight because it'll give you a volatile ride. You might be able to get in cheaper. All right, let's look at RADA, RADA. I still want to look at Kodak. RADA is request. Now, Heath Cobb has been high on this one for a long time, kept asking me to chart it. I did once or twice. And it broke out. very, very nicely. It's moving on up, and I couldn't be happier for Heath Cobb. And yeah, when asked, I told them that if it takes out this high, we're gonna have a good time. Of course, just when I had my pointer on it, it's reloading. All right, time to do a little calisthenics, you know. What are these called? Keeblers? I think they're called Keeblers. It's hot in Long Island, New York. I'm not all the way out east. I'm not in the Hamptons today. I was in the Hamptons yesterday, the day before. I'm back and forth a lot. I do like it in the Hamptons better than where I am, but I have to be back and forth. So it is what it is. Come on, load again. I had it loaded. It's very frustrating because it loads and then it decides I'm going to load again. So what I was saying is when I took this high out, I felt very, very good. 665. I told Heath, if it takes out 665, it's going to run. And it did. And Heath felt it himself, so he didn't need me. I just kind of affirmed it. And he did it with a what do you call it, direct message in StockTwits. So I DM'd him back in StockTwits with my opinion on it. So for my best listeners, I'll do stuff like that. Doesn't mean I'm always right because nobody's always right, but want my opinion on a chart, I'll give it to you. Usually. Sometimes I won't. If I don't feel I have a strong opinion, I'll say it. All right. Usually, though, I'd like to delay it to the show so I can share it with everybody. I have a strong opinion on Co-Diagnostics, Co-Diagnostics. So here's my strong opinion on Co-Diagnostics. Buy. It collapsed after earnings because earnings were a big disappointment. So what? The future is what counts. And in the future, buying this stock, when you look back, will be as easy as ABC. Now, why is it as easy as ABC? Because they're developing an ABC test that will be administered in the doctor's office that will tell whether the kid or the person has COVID-19 or the flu or neither. One test. So I like that. I like the ABCs of it, all the way to the XYZs of it. Starting with the ABCs of it, ending with the XYZs of it. Teach me tonight. Who knows that song? Starting with the ABCs of it, ending with the XYZs of it. Teach me tonight. Nobody knows that song. Nobody's as old as Dr. J. Is anybody as old as Dr. J that remembers that song? I doubt it. All right. This is an interesting line. I'm almost tempted to draw it, but I won't. It had the big drop today. So what? It's just ammo for the closing of this gap, which it will do. It will be a $25 stock again. So I feel pretty sure of that. So I wanted to buy this one as well, but didn't. I think this is the one that I actually had an order in, but then they had a safe pass problem, not late. So I really like this one. What can I tell you? What's this low? Come on. 1450. I think we're safe that we don't take that low out. So I think 1450 is about the bottom. Probably not that low. But so, you know, if it goes below that, then you're looking at a fairly big drop down to the $11 area. But that ain't gonna happen, in my opinion. In Dr. J's opinion, this knife ain't falling much more. So to me, it's a buy, buy, buy. And I will. I'm gonna buy it. I'll buy it on Monday. Dr. J's buying this one. All right. What else was suggested? 3M? I don't remember. RADA we did a lot. Maybe that's enough. What do you think? Is it enough? I think it's enough. Dr. J is doing a soliloquy today, a monologue. So I think it's enough. Considering I don't have my buddy Jake to take up some airtime, I had to do a lot more talking. Codex, right where it is. Buy, buy, buy. And buy again. If it dips, buy more. MA, call it a day, he says. Adios, amigos. Shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, sayonara. Hasta la vista. Au revoir. Ta-ta. See you all Wednesday.